How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? I hope you're well at Tuesday morning, or at least over here in the Europe with a cup of coffee. We're going to go through the Bitcoin, some of the coins also over here on the chart very quickly, because it seems like that we're breaking on the bearish side over here. And yes, we do have some bullish news, a lot of bullish news and a lot of money from institutional investors that is going to be injected into the space very soon. And I think you're going to love this episode because adoption is coming every day and we are over here to follow it for you. And now let's begin. So first thing that we're going to go through is the Bitcoin, of course. In this video, this particular video over here about Bitcoin, and we mentioned XRP yesterday's video. Thank you very much for your commenting and everything. Over here we got one of the comments about the price of Bitcoin. Someone wants to buy Ethereum if we break to the bearish side. Well, man, I already answered you that question yesterday, and over here we broke to the bearish side, as you can see. Of course, you can always, make this triangle a little bit different, but that's not the point, because if you draw it at the first time, first two candles are connected with your trend line, you shouldn't change them all the time, because you're going to invalidate your trade, or at least your analysis. So this is the reason why I do believe that we broke to the bearish side. Now, interesting fact is happening on the XRP, because XRP didn't move from this pattern. The reason why we are mentioning XRP so much in the previous videos is because it does have beautiful pattern on its price action, and we just need to cover this. As we can see, we are still approaching to the end of this triangle, and I do believe that the Bitcoin, if the Bitcoin continues with down pressure over here, then we're going to see XRP breaking its own pattern over here, while on the Ethereum over here we already broke to the bearish side, and the Ethereum had ascending triangle. I mentioned this ascending triangle into this comment over here, but I told him also, nevertheless, if the Ethereum is in the ascending triangle, it will follow the Bitcoin, which pretty much means ascending triangles has 75% chances to break to the upside, but those 25% are already playing out over here because of the Bitcoin, right? Because every transaction is going through the Bitcoin, and if the Bitcoin starts falling, then the Ethereum is not going to watch if it's in ascending triangle or not. It's just going to break to the downside, and as you can see, that actually happened. So over here we have some sort of a breakout on the Ethereum, we have some sort of a breakout on the Bitcoin also. Now, if you want to know a lot of reasons, it seems like that the people reacted pretty good on 163 views, 22 likes, and some of the comments. I think people loved what we mentioned over here about USD, about S&P, about gold. Make sure to check out the previous video. I think you're going to love what I have to say there, so you can pay attention on that side, right? So as we can see over here right now, we are declining to the downside. Bitcoin is trying to correct itself to the upside, but we're going to see if we may actually hold this position and break to the upside. We still don't know what could potentially happen, because we still don't have continuation pattern to the downside. Now, as the link concerns over here, we are still into this channel regression channel to the upside. We're still consolidate and trading in this tunnel, this blue tunnel over here, so we still don't have anything to say about chainlink trading. And if we switch to the V chain over here, the same thing is happening, because we are climbing to the upside. Those long wicks are just making me angry when I see them. But nevertheless, we are still climbing to the upside. We're going to see how the V chain is going to respect Bitcoin price movement also in the next period of days. Now, that's it for this part over here. Let's switch to the news, because we do have something interesting to discuss about. And of course, it is bullish. And now, news of the day, ladies and gentlemen. MicroStrategy will issue 400 million in securities to buy more Bitcoin. So the world's largest publicly traded business intelligence firm, MicroStrategy, has announced plans to invest the proceeds from a 400 million securities offering into Bitcoin. Those that are first in the Bitcoin when it comes to institutional investors are going to profit the most when the space is still small, and I do believe that they are going to enter the altcoins once they take a lot of money from the Bitcoin, especially if some of the altcoins starts implementing their technology like Apollo currency, Ethereum, and everybody else. MicroStrategy intend to invest the net proceeds from the sale of the notes in Bitcoin. At current prices, the 400 million would increase the company's holding by 20,833, which would bring the firm's total crypto stash to almost 62,000 bitcoins. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, this is incredible. This is big portion of the Bitcoin, especially if we know that at least 4 millions are lost in the Bitcoin, forgotten addresses, thrown away hard disks or whatever. This is the thing that we want to see. MicroStrategy will pay semi-annual interest to the note holders until December 2025. The firm also reserves the right to redeem the notes for cash from December 20, 2023. The announcement states that the MicroStrategy may also offer up to an additional $60 million worth of notes to its initial purchases with 13 days of commencing the offering. The securities will be issued under Rule 144 of the Securities Act and will be available to qualified institutional investors only. In response to MicroStrategy's announcement, Gabriel Gerbach, the CEO of New York-based investment firm, suggested the offering is more indicative of a digital asset fund than a publicly listed company. At what point does a security offering that raises dollars with the purpose of investing in Bitcoin make a publicly listed company to be a listed fund investment company? Wow. MicroStrategy announced proposed private offering of $400 million of convertible senior notes. So this is one of the confirmation that that's going to happen. So this is incredible news when it comes to institutional investors coming into the Bitcoin. And this is just one institution, ladies and gentlemen. This is just one partial of the institutional investors that are coming into the Bitcoin. Imagine what will happen when the Bitcoin gets adopted. And when it comes to adoption into US territory or in the US markets, let's jump into the new one. We should do whatever we can to legalize Bitcoin, says libertarian Ron Paul. As we can see, the former congressman from Texas believes the government is watching very closely to see what happens with crypto. In an episode of the Stephen Livera podcast released on Sunday, Paul said he was just as worried about authorities coming to confiscate his gold as he was about the confiscation of crypto assets. The libertarian noted that there had been instances of people taking crypto that they shouldn't, but seemingly place the blame for any potential fraud in the future on the government. The more successful crypto is going to be and the Bitcoin is going to be, I think the more you have to be aware of what's going on in the government will become more aggressive, said Paul. I see crypto as not a creature of the government, but the government's watching very closely. People say, well, we can get around this with crypto. Crypto will be outside this. It's not in the banking system and you won't have that problem, said Paul. I think that's where there's still some proving has to go on. He concluded, if the government can come in and do whatever they want and steal the gold from the people, I don't think that the government will be neutral for crypto as time goes on, since our government's goal is to have a cashless society and they want to know what's going on. This is pretty much true, but we will see how this will develop with the cryptocurrency space. It's not going to be the same with the digital dollar and with the cryptocurrency in at the same time, right? We will see how this battle, or let's say battle to win this war, going to end. Bitcoin's market cap will flip gold, Winklevoss twins. So the Winklevoss twins have urged attendees of the Singapore FinTech Festival to educate themselves on Bitcoin, predicting BTC market cap will flip that of gold. Wow, this is pretty bullish. What do you think about this? The twins noted that their $500,000 prediction is predicted on the assumption that Bitcoin's market cap will increase by 40 times to surpass gold's roughly 9 trillion market cap in the future. If you ask me, this is a lot of money, but it's not impossible because Bitcoin started to get some traction from the institutional investors, and yes, we're going to need institutional investors also to lift the price to the upside. They do have some big pile of cash that could be just instantly thrown into the space, and also, you know, regular investors like you and me will also bring the price to those levels, especially, you know, retail investors. Cameron stated that the Bitcoin offers significant advantages over gold as a monetary commodity, such as its ease of transfer and immunity to external forces influencing the rate of its production. However, they noted that the technology's promise of banking the world's unbanked, noting plan to expand their exchange Gemini into emerging regions. The pair advocated that lawmakers utilize regulatory sandboxes to reduce the barriers faced by startups working with crypto, warning that heavy-handed regulatory requirements could stifle innovation, Cameron stated. Apple started in a garage in Silicon Valley. I think Facebook started in a dorm room. You have to be careful that overhead is not so large that a lot of people can't innovate in this space. If people want to buy Bitcoin, their value right is usually not in crypto because crypto is new, so you have to build a bridge between banks and this new world of crypto, and you need banks to do that. This is why I told you in the previous news, we will see how this will go going with the government, because you need a bridge to actually enter the crypto and the other way around. So I think as we read in the previous videos of the news, one of the news said that the governments need to cooperate with the crypto firms. I think it was Crypto Mom News or something. They just need to work together in order to get the solution when it comes to these assets as are cryptocurrencies, right? Pay attention to Bitcoin and crypto and educate yourself, because this is the greatest money and technological revolution since the internet itself. I also recommend you to do this. It's not a fad, it's here to stay, and it will transform money, the internet, and so much of the world around you, and it's just starting. So as you can see, pay attention to Bitcoin and crypto. So crypto in general is not going anywhere, and it's not going to go to zero, neither the Bitcoin also. Switching to the last one, Japanese SBI and Swiss SIX plan joint crypto venture in Singapore. So Switzerland's principal stock exchange, SIX Swiss Exchange, and Japanese financial giant SBI Holdings have announced a joint cryptocurrency-related venture. According to a December 8th announcement, the firm's digital assets-related subsidiaries, SIX Digital Exchange and SBI Digital Asset Holdings, are launching a new platform in Singapore. The venture will target regulated institutional clients. Institutional clients, ladies and gentlemen, new adoption over here, implementing technologies and market expertise from both SBI and SIX or SIX. The platform will include a wide range of services like issuing, listing, trading, CSD infrastructure and custody of digital assets and cryptocurrencies, as well as regulated digital asset securities. Incredible. We're not going to go through everything, but as you can see, institutional investors are coming into the space, or at least some institutions are building the bridge for other institutions to get into the space. Let's call it like that. So it seems like this is it for today, ladies and gentlemen. We covered the price and some of the news. I hope you like this sort of stuff over here. I like to update you so you can know what is going on in the space. This was one of the important news in the space. Also, make sure to check out our channel. We're growing fast. Thank you very much for the number of subscribers. Thank you very much for likes, for watching, for your minutes on our channel. If you have more questions as I ask you in this video, I'm going to answer you maybe in the next, and also in the comment section down below as I proved to you in the previous video. Just make sure to ask in the comment section down below what do you have to ask, and you will get my attention and answer. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter and TikTok, because we are updating there pretty much on a daily basis, so I don't want you to miss any of our updates. I want to thank each last one of you for watching our videos, and until the next episode, happy trading and goodbye.